Hello my fellow raiders, doomers, crusaders, and mutts. It is I, Nathan, and today, to quote my good friend Kirk Brockman, is an exciting day! Because today, we're here to do a quick review on this. This beauty is my 8-foot nylon Young Indiana Jones Last Crusade style bullwhip made by Torrance Fisher of SwordGuyBuilds. Now, real quick before we get into the review, a couple things I want to go over. First, I apologize for my lack of uploads recently. I lost my camera charger and I only found it recently. After all this fun, exciting stuff happened this past week too. Ain't life ironic? But, not only did I lose my camera charger, I've been very busy. Not only with work, but with planning the California Jones cosplay events. In fact, we just had our last event this past Saturday, October 30th at the old LA Zoo, and boy howdy, what a turnout. So many folks in cosplay, not to mention our favorite builders, Isaac Eliason of Eliason Whip Company, Torrance Fisher of SwordGuyBuilds, Lost Delta Outpost, and Matt Wacker. For those of you who don't know who he is a very big name in the Indiana Jones cosplay community and just the cosplay community in general. Not only that, he's a lovely person to know. Anyhow, I will be making a video on that last event. Though I don't have video of it, I have a lot of photographs to use. So be prepared for that. And aside from making a review on this, I will also be making a review on the beautiful hat that sits upon my head. For those of you who know this fedora, you'll be excited as I am to talk about it. And for those of you who don't know what this fedora is, I am still as excited to talk about it as I would for the folks who do. So, keep your eyes open for that. And with that out of the way, let's get on to the review. As I said before, this is a Young Indiana Jones Last Crusade style bullwhip. For those of you who may not remember this one, this was used by River Phoenix in the Young Indiana Jones flashback at the very start of the film, when he's in the train car with the lion, and he picks this up off a wall, showing his whip skills and how he got that famous scar across his chin. I have always loved the style of this bullwhip. It's a classic American style bullwhip with this really interesting red handle, which just really catches my aesthetic niches. So when I saw that Tori had this, let me explain how I saw this whip. I didn't just see it on his website like most people would. I actually had the pleasure of going to his workshop with my good friend Morgan Loff, the co-creator and brains behind the madness of the California Jones cosplay group. Morgan needed his crease and corral Indiana Jones bullwhip to be rehitched, and so he asked me if I'd like to come along with him to Tori's to get that process done. While we were there, Tori showed us around his workshop and let us mess around with some of the whips that he had ready to go for his website and for a flash sale that was coming up that very same month. This was in one of those bins. I picked it up, started messing around with it, and it just sang to me. So, Tori and I made a deal, and now, here it is, in my hands. And I'm so happy to have this bullwhip. It is taken pride of place with the rest of my Indiana Jones materials and has actually been sitting on my bookshelf looking just fantastic. Using this whip is just so smooth and clean. One of my favorite things about nylon bullwhips is that they are great for anyone of any skill level in the whip cracking hobby. And if you're just getting started in the whip cracking hobby, I highly suggest a nylon bullwhip. They help you learn how to finesse a whip, and you don't have to get used to the weight of a leather bullwhip just yet. I don't care what anyone says, nylon bullwhips are just as good as leather bullwhips. They act the same, they may have a weight difference, but they're fundamentally bullwhips. And nylon bullwhips are especially wonderful for target practice, for practice itself in doing combos and tricks, as well as just having a bit of fun. You don't have to worry about cleaning and conditioning these like you do with the leather bullwhips. And in that respect, they're just, there's something about them that's so wonderful. As I said before, I always wanted this whip, and having it now is just wonderful. Tori's whips are always so clean. I was actually looking over this a little while ago to try and find his drop strands, and I have now found 2. And the fact that I've only been able to find 2, the second one I literally just found right now, as you saw, that speaks to his quality craftsmanship. All of his whips, not only his nylon, but his actual leather hide whips, are just so clean. And I will leave a link in the description below for you to check out his shop. And if you decide to buy one of his whips, awesome, because you are buying from a wonderful builder. And at some point I will also be talking about my friend Isaac Eliasson of Eliasson Whip Company, because his products are just as good, though he specializes fully in nylon bullwhips. Anyhow, this whip is just clean. And what I mean by that is the ease of which I can crack this with either my left or right hand is just a testament to how wonderfully Tori builds these. I can do many combos, I can do wraps, no problem. I think if I was good at them, I could probably do tosses really easily with this. It's just such a wonderful whip, and I love the color nylon that he used. This black is just so appealing to look at, and the red handle has this nice dark wash, but then there are elements here where there's like a lighter red slightly showing through, and it's just chef's kiss. It's just so gosh dang good. When I was at the event, the last Indiana Jones event, this is where he gave it to me. We were just talking about how we were thankful of the other's patience, my patience in waiting for him to give it to me, his patience on me paying it off, and so when I finally got this in hand, everyone wanted to try it out, and everyone said the same thing. It was just like, this is a damn good bullwhip. Pardon my French. But I just love it. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.